All right, folks, welcome back to part two of our long ass Dragon Ball discussion. Because our first part was a little too damn long to the point where two people left. Two people left. See, they're not even in part two anymore because it was just too much.
Three if you count Jonathan.
Oh, yeah, John's not even here. We lost him. He's too busy doing whatever Jonathan E stuff he does. But he's with us in spirit. No, instead it's now just me and Isaiah, which is completely fine, honestly, because this next part is gonna be uh, stuff that we're able to talk about or get into more, and we're not just gonna talk about arcs. Um, because when we did that in the first part, it was all over the place. So this time we're just going to talk about our thoughts and how we felt about just in general, like the games, movies, Super, and original Dragon Ball. Because I thought we touched upon original Dragon Ball in the first part, but Isaiah pointed out, no, we didn't.
Yeah, we gave it like 5 seconds and then moved on.
Exactly. It's like, yeah,
Which is
original
exactly what
Dragon Ball.
Toei does.
So he's like, oh yeah, original Dragon Ball. Okay, now Dragon Ball Z and other things. I'm important. Are you?
Pour it to me, damn it.
You're important to me, Dragon Ball. I'll always remember you. Oh, hey, Mazda Vegeta. Look, Super Saiyan Blue.
Mm.
But yeah, yeah. So you know what? Let us talk about our feelings with Dragon Ball because that's actually first. And for me personally, I didn't grow up with original Dragon Ball. Like I said, I grew up with Z Kai. You, however, did grow up with original Dragon Ball. So why don't you go ahead and tell us, how you felt and how you still feel about original Dragon Ball nowadays.
uh, it's it's definitely not, it's as a lot of 90s anime, 80s, 90s anime, it obviously didn't age the best with some of its humor, but in terms of like setting the pace for what Dragon Ball is going to be, I just feel like in terms of just any storytelling, like that's just like one of the best like starts to any like series that I've ever been a part of. Like you start with young Goku, he meets Bulma, then he goes through all this martial arts, he gets all this mystical stuff, and it really does just set the pace for what you're gonna be getting from Z and then GT, then Super, and then Daima.
Right, Daima.
So
Daima's the thing, right?
oh yeah, we completely forgot about Daima.
I feel so bad. I actually like Daima, but yeah, let's continue with the original Dragon Ball Z. So I remember
But
when I
yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
it's definitely I wouldn't say it's my favorite because I just Z is just so special for me, but I would definitely say it's never gonna get dethroned for the second spot.
No, of course, and I will say the same thing too because originally, I'll be very honest. I knew of original Dragon Ball, but like I grew up with Kai, so I was just like, yeah, there's just kind of no point to watch originals Dragon Ball then, huh? But no, there is. Like Isaiah said, it's the start of everything basically from Goku learning to shoot his first Kamehameha, his and forming his bonds and friendships with Krillin, Yamcha, Bulma, Master Roshi, and just seeing him grow up and becoming the man we see in Z and onwards. So it's really I really hate the fact that modern Dragon Ball nowadays, mainly fans, I would say to a certain extent, they really don't give credit where credit is due when it comes to original Dragon Ball and kind of just blow it off. And it's like, well, if you didn't have this, then what the hell is the point of Dragon Ball in general? Then you know,
Hmm.
so
And yeah, I would say in terms of choreography, I don't think you can really beat original Dragon Ball. Like their fights, like the fight scenes in that is just they're like if you like martial arts, you're gonna love Dragon Ball.
exactly. You're really gonna love, especially like I think honestly, besides the Goku versus Piccolo Jr. fight, I would actually say my favorite fight, or a few of my favorite fights, is during the World Tournaments between Jackie Chun and Goku after Goku gets his turns back into his base form after he turns into an Ozaru. And
Mm.
you just see that it's like a raw fight, and that music that plays in the background is amazing, and I loved it. Um, then you also have like Krillin versus Goku, which is really cool to see. You know, especially since they've been training with each other to now have them go up against each other. I thought that was really, really well done. And then of course you get Goku versus I was about to say Yamcha, Tien, and I really like that fight. You know, especially since Tien starts off kind of like an asshole, but
Mm.
yeah, he starts off as an asshole. Like, yeah, our martial arts studio is better than yours, all right. But later on, he starts to see, no, I want to be an actual true martial artist, you know? And that's, at the end of the day, that's what really mattered. And we we also get to see Tien learn from that throughout the series and become a serious martial artist, which really wish he was still the strongest human and not Krillin. But hey, you know what? Whatever, right?
You really don't like Krillin.
No, I here's the thing. I do actually like Krillin. I just hate the fact that we keep saying Krillin's the strongest human. It's like Tien is right there though, non-stop training. You're telling me that he's not stronger. That okay, all right, whatever. Fucking Bandai, it's fucking Toei, Territoriyama. Um,
I'd honestly still argue that I don't even really think Krillin's stronger than Roshi.
no, Krillin's a cop. Let me put it like this: Krillin's just a cop, and he gets shot, and yet we're still saying he's the strongest human. That's bullshit. But hey, he land one of the baddest women in Dragon Ball, Android 18. So I'll give him props for that. But you ain't getting much props after that. So, but speaking of Krillin and power levels, let's move on to Super, huh?
I'll let you start that.
This is where things really get wonky. Okay, so we should actually start with Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I know that should be in the movie section, but technically this is the start of Dragon Ball Super. So we'll start with Battle of Gods and then move on to Resurrection F, which our friend Isaiah here will really go into. But with Battle of Gods, I remember when that movie first came out. That was like 2014, and I managed to catch it in theaters, and I was actually like really really happy that we got brand new Dragon Ball content, especially because of the greatest movie of all time, Dragon Ball Evolution. You know,
Mm.
Dragon Ball Evolution, the greatest movie of all time, is the reason we even got Battle of Gods to begin with. So you know what? There you go. Respect. Akira Toriyama came out of retirement because of that. You know, it's like, I don't like this shit. What'd you do to Goku? He's a teenager in high school. I gotta. And what's this? He's horny for Chi Chi? No, 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 no. I gotta hold on. I gotta bring back Dragon Ball. Give me a second, fellas.
I did like that guy that played Piccolo. Let me bring him back.
He'll get a major villain role. It's with Battle of Gods coming in and this new whole world never being explored, but now we're open to a realm of possibilities with Beerus and Whis, and now Goku obtaining this new power called God Key. That's something that it brings up a really interesting concept because we're just thinking, oh, well, Super Saiyan 3 was the limit. And if you want to count GT, then we just saw Super Saiyan 4 was like peak power. But no, now we have a new realm of power for Goku and Vegeta and even possibly others to explore. Too bad we only keep it to Goku and Vegeta until Superhero, am I right?
I mean, to be fair, at the time of Battle of Gods, it was just Goku.
It was just Goku, right. But we do get for a brief moment Vegeta actually landing a punch on Beerus when, Beerus slapped Bulma. Vegeta loses his shit. So, yeah, that was nice to see.
Yeah, I like that scene.
Yeah. Especially like when Roshi was like, holy crap! Vegeta's stronger than Goku's Super Saiyan 3 form. Like, oh, yes, he is. He managed to actually deal a great number of damage to be. Oh no, Beerus is all right still, but he got a punch in though, and there goes Vegeta. The whole fight between Beerus and Goku is pretty good though, with Super Saiyan God, which I'll get. Let's talk about forms right now before we get more into it because I like the way Super Saiyan God looks. I hate the fact that it kind of exists as Super Saiyan God and not just Saiyan God, because what we get next is Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. That does not sound right.
I
But
grew into
yeah,
God as a form. When I first saw it, I didn't really love it just because it just felt like a recolor, which we'll get into that later. But I grew into liking God because of the fire aura, then the slimmer figure of Goku. I feel like the form really does feel bigger than its successor. But yeah, I mean, I like God. I did. I do think I wish they did more with it, but for what it is, I did like the form.
I still like God to this day. Yeah, because especially mainly on Goku, I'll say, because it matches who Goku is in terms of like you have to have a calm heart, and 6 pure Saiyans has to, pour their power into one pure Saiyan, which fitting enough is Goku, like Roshi says, he's pure in spirit, not in logic though. So it's fitting that Goku is the one who would get that power up and not Vegeta, at least not yet. So
Yeah,
it's
but I do think Vegeta does look cooler.
he does. No, I won't lie. He does look cooler, but I do think the form fits Goku a little bit more just because of its nature.
hmm
And then we get him turning into a Super Saiyan, fighting Beerus, and from that point on, we now divulge into something entirely different. So Frieza comes back in Resurrection F.
But the thing what I really liked about Goku and Beerus, the theme song that played. I mean, that was a great
Hero
song.
Hero
You
is a
know,
nice theme song. I love Hero.
yeah. I mean, let's talk about that.
Hero. I genuinely do love Hero by Flow, and if I'm not mistaken, Flow also did other openings for other animes like Bleach, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
Yeah, they've done a lot. They did. One I know the most for is Naruto, but yeah, they've done a lot.
yeah. So I'm gonna let you go for this one because this is your time to shine.
Let's let you do the positives first. I
Okay,
don't want to be too
okay,
negative. Let's
all
let's do the
right, all right,
positives.
all right. I'll do the positive. So I will, like I said, I'll start with the positive. And when I first saw Resurrection F, I did like it to an insane degree because I not only did I like the movie, I liked the Super Saiyan Blue form. I liked um I liked Golden Frieza, and just liked the fight in general. And for quite a while, I was a huge fan of it to the point where I have a Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F poster, uh, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta SH figure arts, and the Funko Pops from the movie. And I even have the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan uh, edition of the Blu-ray for Resurrection F. Needless to say, I heavily, and I mean heavily, liked this movie for a time because, damn it, nowadays I see the flaws in it, but as a kid, I didn't really see it. And I'll even say this: I was a fan of Super Saiyan Blue for a bit because I just like the color blue. But now Super Saiyan Blue is just a useless form. It's basically just Super Saiyan, but now for a modern audience, and not even a good way. It's just like it literally looks like Super Saiyan, but with blue hair.
But blue.
Exactly. And it's not, you can't even say there's any positives with it because when has Super Saiyan Blue actually won a fight? Do not tell me do not tell me that Kamehameha in the movie was when they won. No, 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 no. That's because we rewind time for Goku just to fix his mistake. Okay? That does not count in my opinion. Every other time, lost to Hit, lost to Goku Black, lost to Fusamasu, lost to Jiren. He put up a decent fight against Broly, though. I won't lie about that. That's the only time Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta looked great was when they fought Broly. That was it. Otherwise, never won a fight. So this form is just useless and it's just there to look cool. So go ahead and talk about the negatives.
I feel like I kind of feel bad because it wasn't much positive. This
The animation looks
Resurrection
nice.
F, the movie, sure.
Oh yeah, the movie. Just the movie.
Yeah. Resurrection F for me is the start of where Super takes a turn, and it unfortunately sets the pace for Super. Because with Battle of Gods, you have this original concept, this original idea, and it's just Resurrection F lacks anything original.
Look,
They
it's
bring back a
Frieza
villain
again.
for what, the fourth time we brought back Frieza.
If we're counting movies, fifth. Because let's count it. He came back in the Android size Cell saga in the beginning, which was great. Trunks cut him down to size Cell. Then he comes back in fucking Dragon Ball GT in Hell. Then he comes back in Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn. And then he comes back again in what? Dragon Ball Z plan to eradicate the Super Saiyans, and now he's back for the fifth time. Resurrection F. Oh, and he comes back for
So,
the sixth time in the Universal Survival arc.
oh yeah, 6 freaking times.
I,
they're never gonna get rid of Frieza.
I love Frieza, but damn man, they really love Frieza. They have a huge boner for him. But go
I
ahead.
mean, I get it. He's the villain of Dragon Ball, but you just at some point you gotta move on.
Want to see me use Frieza? Want to see me use him again?
But yeah, I mean, it's just you bring back Frieza, you do Super Saiyan again, but this time it's blue. It's just we're repeating things that we've already done, and that sets the tone for Super, because that's one of Super's biggest. That's my biggest complaint with Super, is that it's just Z,
Repeat
but
the
with different
anime.
colors.
It's repeat the
Yeah,
anime.
and then it's like we're doing a remake of it, and what are we gonna do? We're gonna just remake a repeat? Like, what are we doing?
I hope they change stuff in the remake for Resurrection F because the only new idea they technically had was a match between Vegeta and Frieza, which is, I think, a lot of people wanted to see, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to see that, and for a brief moment, I felt a bit of happiness for Vegeta because he finally got to avenge his family, his race, and beat the tar out of Golden Frieza, and that was a great moment. Too bad he blew up the planet.
But before we get to that,
Wait a
I
moment,
just
wait.
think that I think that they also disrespected the other characters, like the Z fighters.
They were
Why
just
were
there.
they so weak in this movie?
They were there for fodder. They were there so that way they could be like, "Hey, look, they're helping by fighting soldiers who aren't
Like, I
even."
get if you want to make it seem like Krillin got weaker. Makes sense story wise because he's a cop. I didn't really like how they toned go or how they made Gohan that weak. But again, it makes sense in the context of the story because he doesn't like fighting and he got comfortable because his dad's back. But you're telling me that Tien, who's been training his whole life and never
Nice.
stopped, you're telling me that Piccolo, who we never see when he's not focused and serious on training and getting stronger, you're telling me they're struggling against Frieza soldiers?
Yes. This is the part where Isaiah bangs his head on his desk.
It's just you're wasting your Z fighters, you're wasting Gohan, and
Oh,
then of course you get to the point with Goku and Vegeta. They show up. Blue was cool for that movie. That's the one movie that I like. Blue.
well,
I really,
Broly.
I actually, and I also, oh yeah, Broly, yeah, I like that movie. I like Blue and Broly too.
Yeah.
But I also say that the gi that Goku has, and then the battle armor that Vegeta has, I really really like in this movie. I wish that they stuck with it for Super because it would have been something fresh. I really like both of their designs. I don't like the Wii signature on it. I think that kind of ruins it. But the base design that Goku and Vegeta have, I really like it.
They almost did stick with it because they had it in the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc, but then they just ditched it altogether in the next arc after and onward. So that was just weird.
Yeah, because Super just doesn't like sticking with new things.
Uh, yes, an arc that goes on for way too long.
Yeah.
But
And then of course my biggest gripe with the movie as a Vegeta fan, it's not just that Goku swoops in and gets the win. It's the fact that it's just such an ass pool with the time travel, or not time travel, but whatever Whis' power is called. It's such an ass
rewind.
pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rewind, and it's just like, if you're gonna do that, why not just tell Vegeta, "Hey, finish him off"? Why does Goku have to swoop in and get the kill and be the hero of the story again?
Because it's Goku. And that's literally the reason. It's just because it's Goku. And yeah, I won't lie. When I first saw the movie, I was Isaiah won't forgive me, but I was fine. I was fine with it when I first saw it. I'm not okay with it now because yeah, Vegeta got fucking cucked over hard with that. And I really wish he got that win because that would have been a satisfying end and a great way to close the book between him and Frieza, you know. But no, he's still here, not dead, resurrected, and he got a new form. Mm. So now we just get into Dragon Ball Super as a whole. There's some highs and there's some lows. Some very low
Yeah, like
lows.
I said, my major thing is like when Super does new things, and and even like when they do older things, they commit to an idea. I really, really, really like Super.
Yeah.
But when they just repeat and rehash all the concepts that we've already seen, like even my favorite arc is, if we're being honest, just the like it's something that we've already seen before.
What,
So
Goku
it's
Black?
just like, yeah. So it's like, I like it when they do new things. I like it when they try. It's just that they don't do it often, and
No.
so I don't like I there's some very big highs for Super for me. There's some moments in Super that I have over certain moments in Z, but it's just like their lows are just so low.
Yeah, and I feel a similar way. I'm probably a little lower on Super than you are because damn man, like don't get me wrong, there are moments where I'm like really like I really think Super is like good, but there's just so many other moments where I'm like, man, what could have been? Because the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc, I thought it was an interesting concept, but we had Frieza again, but no, this time it's Frost, and he's just a liar. And then we have another Saiyan who turns into Super Saiyan. Yep, he just turns into a Super Saiyan. So that was great for a time being until Vegeta went blue and then kicked his ass. And then we have Harvey's here.
Yeah, hello.
I thought I heard something. I thought I was tripping. I did.
No, Harvey's here, folks. Say hello to Harvey.
Oh, hey.
You're welcome.
I was,
Yeah, we're ranting about Super Harvey.
Yeah.
uh, I was just coming in to check in on y'all.
Oh yeah, no, we're doing good. Would you like to say
Sorry,
No, you're good. Would you like to say a word or
but
two about Super?
um, Super could have been better.
There you go, folks.
Only because, honestly, it's because of the first beginning of it. They didn't have to remake. They didn't have to remake Battle of the Gods. That's all I'm gonna say.
hmm hmm
Hmm. Hmm. And that right
But
there, folks. Yeah, what's up?
no, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That right there, folks, is sums up Super as a whole. Uh, Remake the anime, and we're getting another remake again in the
A
fall.
remake of a remake.
We're just doing the same shit again, right? But that's what sells money.
Basically,
I
goodbye, folks.
see ya. That was a brief 10 10 seconds of Harvey. That's all you'll get.
The Harvey cameo.
It's like Stan Lee, but with Harvey. But getting back to it, I thought it was a nice idea to bring back Kaioken when I first saw it, but I was also, I think the problem with that is like, now looking back on it, this was definitely their way of being like, hey, you remember Kaioken? Because we sure remember Kaioken. We totally didn't forget about it after it was useful in the Frieza arc. And that was it. So to bring it back with Super Saiyan Blue and have it mixed with Super Saiyan, I'm not saying the full thing because I'm gonna fucking tongue twist myself. Just Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken.
Just wait till you get the heroes.
Oh, we're gonna really talk about heroes after. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, I thought looks nice, but even King Kai said it does way too much damage to the body because that mixture of power along with Super Saiyan Blue, the two kind of don't mix. And that was, again, a nice concept to actually have where it's like, oh, Goku can't handle that much power because Kaioken is kind of a limiter. And the more you exceed it, the more it kind of breaks down his body and his power. And then mixing it with this new God Ki power is just a little too dangerous to have. They don't ever go back to that after, though. Like, we have like a small mini filler arc where Goku has to relax for a little bit and not even use any of his powers. And he's focusing on like hanging out with Pan and Piccolo and Gohan and taking care of Pan, and that was nice. But that's the only time we get that, because after that, he uses it in the Zamasu arc. He uses it in the Universal Survival arc. And he's totally fine after. And they're higher multipliers. They're higher multipliers because he uses times 10 in the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc. But then he uses times 20, and then times 10 again, and then times 20 again in fucking Dragon Ball Super Universe Survival arc, you know? It's like, my God, he uses so much of it, and yet there are no consequences because they just completely forgot. Which you could say, that's just a Toriyama staple, and to that I say, Joe, it's not. Shut up. They just forgot.
Yeah, I love Toriyama, but he did forget a lot.
He forgot Super Saiyan 2 existed! That's how bad that was! He literally was like, oh yeah, there's Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 with long hair. Toriyama, that's Super Saiyan 3. Goku got Super Saiyan 2? Yeah. I love Toriyama. I am very appreciative of everything he's done, especially creating Dragon Ball in general for all of us, you know, and having that be our childhood. But my God, how many times are you going to forget stuff? I think he forgot Goten, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I wouldn't put it past it just because I feel like they just forgotten Goten and Trunks at this point.
Yeah, who's Goten and Trunks? Yeah, nobody.
I mean, unless you're Future Trunks.
Yeah, Future Trunks is the only Trunks in there. No, they kind of forgot because he has blue hair now.
Yeah, and he's all... I love Trunks. I still don't like his super design. He's too skinny. He's too... I don't know why he looks so much younger in Super than he looks in Z.
I do have a problem with that too, because first of all, in Z, he is muscular. So the fact that he's just now skinny here makes no damn sense. And if anything, they even say in both the manga and the anime, the Buu saga did technically happen, but they managed to prevent Buu from coming out. and killed Bobbity and Deborah right there and then, with Trunks unlocking Super Saiyan 2 through that whole ordeal. So my thought process for that is like, okay, so why does he look skinny if he dealt with all of that and managed to, get one over Deborah? Because if you remember, Gohan was struggling with Deborah, but Trunks annihilated him like the fodder he is.
Yeah, the only way I've ever seen it explained that I like it makes sense, but I wish they just showed it, is like he is living in a basically an apocalyptic world, so it's like not a lot of food around. So it's like if that's what they're going for, show that. Like I just don't like the fact that he just shows up and he looks significantly skinnier, significantly younger.
You know
And it's
what's
just
you know
like
what's
he looks more like a child than he did when he was an actual child.
you know what's even funnier? They kind of did show it at the beginning of the arc when my has Trunks in like a hidden area, and she's like, "Here, eat this cat food," and he's like, "Nah, let's save it for the cats." So they did kind of show it, but they never went back on that again because right
Then I
after,
have a question.
yeah.
Where the fuck is Yajirobe getting the food for? Because why is he still so fat?
Yeah, Yajirobe is still fucking fat. I bet you know what it is. I bet it's those damn sensu beans he's been hiding. He just has like a whole fucking pot of them in like somewhere stored after Korin died. He's just like, I keep these just for safety, so that way, if we ever need it, you could go ahead and eat some. Yajirobe, there's only like 2 left in here. Your point. And they even show later on when Goku brings like this whole table and scraps of food, everybody's like going towards it. But Trunks is still the only one who doesn't really eat anything. He's just like, I'm good. Trunks, you need to eat. Your bones are so skinny now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like you could talk about this arc without bringing up the anime ending. Specifically the anime, because I know the manga is different,
The
but
manga
it's still not the best.
the manga pulls a metal cooler. But that ending sucks. Plain and simple. I can't even make a good joke about it because it's a joke in of itself. It's just like, oh yeah, you went ahead, defeated the main villain. Trunks looks like he got a win, but no, he actually didn't. He released basically hell to the entire universe. Everybody gets fucked. Everybody dies, except for our main heroes and Bulma and Mai, of course. That they're okay, but fucking the kids that you see, dead. Yajirobe dead. Android 8, who we saw for a brief moment, dead. Everyone you know and love, dead. The soldiers, dead. Oh, and Zeno comes around, so that way he can erase them because, Goku pushed the Zeno button, so. And now, Whis himself is like, well, I can go ahead and make sure that your Beerus in that timeline before Zamasu killed your Supreme Kai, I'll warn him of Goku Black and Zamasu. And yeah, that's it. The arc ends with 2 Trunks and 2 Mice in that timeline, and
Stupid.
what a fucking stupid ending. God damn. This is what people try to defend? I hear people say Super is good, and I just point to them this ending. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Try to defend this ending. Please do.
I feel like a lot of people that like Super experience it through video games and experience it through like YouTube clips and not the actual show. because it's like
Hmm.
I can understand how you could think certain aspects of Super is good. Like I like Hit, I like Zamasu, I like a lot of the newer characters. I feel like they did a good job with a lot of new characters.
Yeah.
I like some of the concepts of the arc, just despite the fact that we get so many fucking tournament arcs. You know, it's a fast paced, high action show, which obviously makes it very good to be experienced through video games and through YouTube and stuff. So
You
those are
say.
the most people that I. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you say there's too many tournament arcs, but I think the thing is, it's not that we have too many tournament arcs. It's just that one of them takes up like the second half of Super.
I
Like
think when you only have like what 5 arcs, two
we
of
have,
which are already movies,
yeah, and then
and then you have the one
Universe.
tournament, and then you have the future Trunks arc, and then you basically just have another long tournament.
Exactly.
That's just not good.
No.
But that's not good variety. That's very bad.
It stinks.
I mean, if you want to count the filler arc with Copy Vegeta, but I don't know anybody who counts that. That was kind of a pointless thing.
I do. Shut up, you. Oh man, I remember Copy Vegeta actually. That was
I
bad.
remember because it's another time that Gotenks got shafted.
I actually remember it because they brought in Brian Drummond from the Ocean dub to do Copy Vegeta. I thought that was actually pretty cool. But Isaiah, your father was an average fighter, Kakarot, but he was a brilliant scientist.
Uh.
You used to see Bardock's like, well, I am working on something. But getting back to the arcs or just Super in general, I do agree. After a while, it just feels all samey. Nothing really new to really talk about, especially the tournament itself, the Universe Survival arc. I do think it was honestly probably right next to the Goku Black arc, which is not saying much, but probably the best, mainly because it did have a lot of hype moments, but also too much similarities. Like you have an imposing force that Goku has to face and try to climb over just to unlock a new hidden power to go into a realm that he's never been into before, and now uses this against the new opponent that he's facing. That sounds way too familiar,
Yeah. It's funny because you put this like the second best, and to me it's like the second worst.
Well,
If I were to rank my super arcs, just to put it out there, I would say that despite the ending, I still have Trunks arc as my favorite,
mhm.
and then I would put Battle of Gods number 2. The basically just that arc as number 2,
I just didn't count.
and then
Yeah, I just didn't count Battle of Gods or Resurrection F mainly because there were movies. So I was just like, yeah.
yeah, I count it just because it's a part of the super storyline. I don't count the arcs themselves. I count the movies because I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure I skipped the anime because the animation was terrible.
Yeah.
So, but then I got the or Universe 6. Then I have the Universe Survival arc, and then I'll have obviously the Frieza at last.
Fitting. It's fitting. But I say at least between the 3 new arcs, it is the second best. But again, it's not saying much, mainly because it's just too much other stuff in there for me to really like claim it as good. And we even get Super Vegeta again, but in a Super Saiyan Blue form. And we're gonna call it Super
Yeah.
Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolved. That doesn't sound right.
Super Saiyan Bluer.
Super Saiyan Blue. Blooper Saiyan.
And as a Vegeta fan, I would be very ashamed to admit that I liked the form when I first saw it.
I think I remember when we first saw it. I was like, "Oh man, this is Super Saiyan Blue." You're like, "No, it's the best thing. I
Well, I
like
didn't say it
it."
was the best. I just liked it because Vegeta finally got something.
Yeah,
I hate how he got it though, because when he was just getting beat up to try to get Ultra Instinct, he looked so pathetic.
I like that. I like that moment. It's just like, if Kakarot can do it, I can do it too. Oh no! Somebody help! Ultra Instinct's not kicking in. What is Vegeta doing? It seems he's trying to get the same power as Goku. Somebody stop him. Fuck this. Alright, I'll just go blooper say it now. It's a nice way to show that he's evolved by seeing that he does care about his family now, but it's also I do want to talk about Vegeta for a second because I feel like they just took a huge step back with him in Dragon Ball Super, you know? Like granted, he's not wanting to kill everyone and we do see that he does care about his family, but he's now back at oh, if anyone's gonna defeat Kakarot, it's gonna be me. And I was like, what happened to the I'm your number one speech? What happened there? You know?
I wouldn't say that Super is like I wouldn't say it's a full on like Flanderization, but I feel like that plays a big role in what happened with a lot of the characterization in Super.
Hmm.
Because I do feel like all of the characters are like kind of like they're like simplified version of themselves. Like Goku's main character trait in Super is that he's just a goofball.
And
Like
an
he has
idiot.
very, very little, yeah, just very little serious moments. Like yeah, I mean Z Goku had his childlike moments, but when he took something serious, you knew it felt serious.
I
In
remember.
Super, it's just you just don't get that.
I actually remember seeing this picture or this meme where it's like you know things are serious when Goku stops smiling and Vegeta starts smiling. That's the moment where you knew things were serious, and it didn't feel like it in Super, but it did feel like that in Z because the moment Goku stopped smiling in Z, you knew that was like Goku's now locked in. But when you see that in Super, you're just like, okay, he's just gonna make a joke right here. Yeah, and he does. He's look at that.
Well, I remember the one that just sticks out for me is when Majin Buu falls asleep before the tournament. It's like Goku shows up and he's so serious, like where's Buu? And then the very next scene, it's like it just feels like it's edited, like for like
What? She's
it's just like
asleep.
the very next scene, it's just a comedy bit, and it's just that's just my problem. Like Super just does not let Goku take anything serious.
Dude, Boo falls
I mean,
asleep.
the universe is literally going to fucking end if we don't win this tournament, and it's all my fault. But let me make jokes.
Boo, dude, this is the second time Boo fell asleep before a tournament too. We had it happen in Universe 6 versus Universe 7, and he fell asleep. It's like, fucking hell, man.
It's just a useless character.
And it sucks because he literally helped with the fight against Kid Buu in the end of Z. And you think he's going to be a major player, and instead he's just a big fat joke. He's a punchline. It's just they really just did not utilize this character well, and I hate that. So
Yeah, the thing I would say with, or the last thing I'm going to say about the Turn of Power is just that it's just another. I feel like if Resurrection F sets like the tone of like where the downfall of Super starts,
mm,
I think that the Turn of Power is basically like the nail in the coffin. That's just it. Really does go style over substance, like overhaul in that arc. Like the story just evaporates, and it's just straight fights, straight callbacks, transformations. It's like everything that what the Super fan base and really what Dragon Ball fans have come to like associate with Dragon Ball. That's basically that arc is. I feel like that's what is the cause of it.
I, I and I couldn't agree more because I remember for a while, before even before Super came out, are people who didn't watch Dragon Ball. It's like they would ask like, "Wait, Dragon Ball, isn't that just about like fighting and whatnot and just power ups and screaming?" And you would have to tell them no because it's like that's not all Dragon Ball is, especially like original Dragon Ball and even Dragon Ball Z, where there's an actual story in there. It's not even like covered up by the fighting, although it is like probably like the main poster child, of course, but there is an actual story and actual arc that goes on through these through the shows. But you can say that for Super though. You could, and I think that's where now the misconception even comes from with Super, because you could be like, isn't that where they're just fighting, screaming, and powering up? Yeah, Super does that. That's literally all Super is. What's this? Goku is down and out. He gets a new power up. Goes ahead and then screams and then gets a new power up. Then we get Goku Black. What's this? Down. Oh, he's got a new Super Saiyan form called Super Saiyan Rose, and he had to like trained off screen to get it, but we basically see him yell and shout to the skies of getting this new power. Then we get like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and Beast Gohan and Piccolo, Orange Piccolo, and it's all everybody gets a power up through training off screen, but in reality, it is just them screaming to the sky and then just fighting nonstop. And it's like, God, this is what people thought Dragon Ball Z and even original Dragon Ball was. And it's like, no, it's not. Even GT is not even like that, although GT is its own set of problems, which I meant to say earlier, where it's like you were talking about how we have nice concepts and even like certain characters that are nice in here in Super. That's the GT effect, where it's like you just watch some videos on YouTube and you also you play the video games. It's the GT effect before Super came out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, I said that before. The only thing I care about from GT
Baby.
was Super Saiyan 4s and Baby.
Yeah.
And even like as a 17 fan, I could not bring myself to care about Super 17.
No one can stop me now that I'm Super 17. Super 17 is just, ugh. Leave me alone. The arc is horrible. Anyway, so the Tournament of Power. I like Ultra Instinct though. I will say that, but that's probably the only, again, brand new concept that comes in. It does feel like they were building up to it, but not good though. Because I remember some people were saying like that's the like they built up to Super Saiyan. They built up to Ultra Instinct like Super Saiyan, and I went ahead and saw it, and I was like, I don't think they did it good. Like, I know what you mean, but they didn't do it well because they mention it in the Resurrection F arc, but then they completely forget about that concept in Universe 6 versus Universe 7 and then Goku Black, and they just now bring it up again in Universal Survival arc, in the Universe Survival arc. So I just think they did a bad job with that, like not the actual form itself, but just like how they build up to it, because you only heard it once and then they bring it back again where it's like, oh, Goku now unlocked that form, so it's just, it even felt like he was really training for it. He was just training in general, which that's just another concept that it's huge problems with it, Super, where they're always off-world training. I will give props to Vegeta though. He's like, when Bola was being born, he was like, yeah, I'm not training, I'm gonna be here when the baby arrives, all right? Just showing Vegeta as
And
the greatest dad.
Whis does another ass pull and literally births a baby.
That was such a fucking cop out, man. I like that. You know what it also is? That was fucking selfish. I'm just gonna put it out there. Reese was like, "Oh, but we need Vegeta. He's our strongest fighter." Okay, Bulma, hold still. I'm gonna make sure this baby comes out with you feeling any pain. Boop. There you go, a brand new baby girl. What? Do you know how many problems you can solve with that, Reese? Nope. It's that was just to get Vegeta to be on their team. I honestly thought that was like dumb because like you really needed Vegeta to be on your team that badly that you just went ahead and skipped the whole birthing process and just have Bulma come into existence. Oh, okay.
I just think the team choices was dumb in general. Because like, why would you not have Goten and Trunks on the team? Like, your strongest fighters, and you're gonna have them protect the park. Yeah, cool.
But their reasoning was there's no fusing. Come to find out, oh, they don't give a shit as long as it looks cool because
That's
we
still
get
such
Kefla. We
that's
get
still such
fucking
a
Kefla.
shallow reasoning though, because it's like you're telling me that you don't think that Super Saiyans are stronger than fucking Krillin?
Not just any Super
Master
Saiyans.
Roshi hasn't fought in years. He's lusted over girls. You made that nigga come out of trade, out of retirement, instead of just letting your sons just go try something. Like, what are we doing?
No, but Isaiah, they can't fuse, so therefore they're useless.
Yeah, I guess the Dragon Ball Rider standards. Yeah,
If they
they're gonna
can't
throw
fuse,
that out the door because we're gonna have Kefla.
exactly. That's my main problem. They just kept when you throw Kefla into the mix, they literally had no excuse for Goten and Trunks not being in the tournament anymore. It's like, okay, now you have no excuse. You just did it so that way you could be fucking lazy. And even worse, they even showed Goten wanting to train with Goku on Beerus's planet and Goku being okay with it. But then they're like, Bulma just comes in and she's like, now would your mom appreciate the fact that you're out here trying to train? It's like, are you kidding me? Goten wants to train actually. Unlike Gohan, who, wanted to become a scholar, which good for him, honestly. That's fine. Goten actually wants to fight. Like he's like, no, I want to fight. I want to go ahead and train with Goku. Which I will say, one of the things they do well is Goten and Goku's relationship when you do see them on screen. I thought that was actually nice. They showed that Goku and Goten did build a strong connection over the years. So I like that. But anyway, so with Dragon Ball Super coming to a close, quote unquote, because for a while we had Super, put on hiatus. We then get the Broly movie, which actually leads us into the movies. But before we get into that, I gotta take a brief pause here because I gotta take my dog out. So I'll be back. All right, we're back. Had to take a short break there, but we're back. So, as I was saying, we're now going to divulge into the world of movies. Put simply, they're what ifs. I do say what ifs because these are supposed to take place during certain sagas. Like, I think Dead Zone and World's Strongest are supposed to take place during the same saga. Then you have I think Lord Slug, Cooler's Revenge. Tree of Might is also supposed to take place after the Saiyan Saga, and then Cooler's Revenge, Lord Slug during the Namek Saga. Cooler's Metal Cooler Return. I forgot the name of the movie. What Cooler Returns? I don't know. I forgot. I forgot the name of the sixth movie, but the one with Metal Cooler in it.
Revenge.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking Cooler's Revenge, but I don't remember what Metal Coolers was.
Yeah, Cooler's Revenge is Cooler debut movie. Then
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense as a title.
I guess he's trying to get revenge on Frieza, but it doesn't even really sound like it.
It doesn't even sound like he liked Frieza.
Exactly. So then we get Metal Cooler, Android 13, and the Broly movie, all taking place during the Android/Cell saga, and BoJack takes place after. Then we get Broly's Second Coming, taking place before the Majin Buu saga, and then during the Majin Buu saga, we have Fire Broly, we have Fusion Reborn, and then Wrath of the Dragon is after the Majin Buu saga. But they make no sense though, whatsoever, because certain things happen. Like Goku has the Kaioken in World's Strongest, but this is no in World's Strongest, but he's supposed to be dead by that point because this is before the Saiyans come. And then in Dead Zone, I think that can be the only thing that kind of makes sense, but Piccolo's not supposed to really meet Gohan just yet. And same thing with Krillin. Krillin's not even supposed to meet Gohan just yet, because he's supposed to meet him on Roshi's Island. So none of it makes sense. Especially Fusion Reborn. As much as I love Fusion Reborn, that makes absolutely no sense. Because this is supposed to be when, like, what, Boo is good now? And he's like hanging out with Hercule, but like Goten and Trunks confused into Gotenks, and Gohan is still on Earth. He doesn't he's not training with Elder Kai, and both Goku and Vegeta are in Hell fighting Janemba, even though Vegeta is supposed to have his soul clean and Goku is supposed to be with Gohan helping him train. You see how much sense none of it doesn't make? I gave you 3 examples, and none of it made sense.
I always like to think that the movies take place in their own separate timelines,
They do.
because it makes it cleaner. Like they're like, instead of thinking of it takes place there in this arc and this arc, I feel like it's a lot cleaner if it's just like Wrath of the Dragon is its own timeline, Fusion Reborn is its own timeline. It just, for me, that makes it just watching those movies a little bit cleaner, so I don't have to think about all the inconsistencies.
I would say Wrath of the Dragon and even Broly makes sense to a certain extent, because you could say Broly fits right in during the period where Cell is like building his arena for the Cell games. So the Z Warriors could be like waiting around
I
that.
mean, yeah, true and all, but if they fought Broly, they'd definitely be strong enough to beat Cells. So
Exactly. No, I'm just saying like it could make sense, you know. Same thing with like BoJack and even Wrath of the Dragon. Although Wrath of the Dragon has its own inconsistency, because supposedly that's how Future Trunks gets his sword, and they show it at the end like, yep, that's how Future Trunks got his sword. And it's like, but he never met Tapion. Good point. So yeah, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense, if that makes any sense.
makes a lot more sense when you don't think about how little sense it makes.
Yeah. I do like the movies though, but I will say they are also like, God, some of them are just like fucking weird. Especially like, I think the weirdest one would have to be the one where like Gohan trips out after eating an apple, which is I think Dead Zone. He's just just Krillin's just trying to catch him, but Gohan is just so drunk off the apple, or drugged off the apple, that it's just like he's just going around the castle, not paying attention to what's happening until the very end, where he just gets this sudden rage boost and defeats Garlic Jr., sending him to the dead zone forever. Oh, until the filler arc can see, but we don't talk about that.
I don't talk about any dead zone.
We don't even talk about Modern.
Oop, I'm kidding.
Krillin's very, very fan servicey girlfriend. Jesus Christ! If you want to talk about fan service, there you go. But not. So, in terms
That's
of
like the implication that Krillin named his daughter after his ex.
I did like that subtle jab in the anime of Super. 17 messes up the name, and you just see 18 get pissed off about that. It's like, Marin, if you get it wrong next time, I'll kill you. It's like a subtle jab to it. Like, yeah, this is a little weird that he named her after his girlfriend, but whatever. But like I said, I do like the movies, but I do think also there's just too much. Like you said, there's too much inconsistencies. But it also spawned one of the worst things about Dragon Ball: Broly. I shouldn't say worse. He's the worst and best, because the best of Dragon Ball comes from how much games he's been in and how much the fandom likes him. The worst is how much the fandom likes him. Does that
Like
make
he has the Frieza effect where it just he keeps getting used. But I also think it's kind of the reverse effect because it's like his most recent utilization is his best. So it's
Yeah.
like whereas for me it feels like Frieza got worse as time goes on. I feel like Broly's somehow got better.
Yeah. And like I said, I do like Broly's design and his backstory. I know we all used to make fun of it, like, oh, he hates Goku because he cried as a baby. But they did. If you watch the movie again, it's not him crying. It's the latent power that Goku had, and it presented as a threat to Broly, and they even hinted towards that when Paragus mentions Broly's traumatic traumatic meeting with Goku and why he's like trembling and shaking. It's like Goku could be the one to kill him. So, yeah. But we should.
It's still dumb.
Oh, it's dumb, yeah, but it's a lot less.
Yeah, I mean it's either you have dumb and goofy or just dumb. That's so it's like if you like the crying one, then you get the dumb and goofy. If you like the scared of latent power, even though you're a literal demon spawn, then you just get the dumb.
Yeah. Not to steal from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, but it's so dumb. It's so dumb, but he's so cool, you know. Which, so in terms of the movies, what would be your top 5 then?
I'm not gonna go in any specific order, but it's Fusion Reborn, Wrath of the Dragon, DBS Broly, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and then just gotta give an OG reference. I gotta go Path to Power.
Yeah. I would also do Future Reborn, Wrath of the Dragon, Dragon Ball Super Broly. Are we gonna count the Battle of God and Resurrection F movies too, or no?
Yeah,
Okay,
their movies.
Battle of Gods, and then I would actually say the original Broly movie as well. But I don't know. I also kind of like Cooler's Revenge to a certain extent, mainly because of that cool Super Saiyan transformation sequence when like Goku, after like being beaten to death, near death by Cooler, and he sees his bird dying, he just picks him up, heals him when he transforms into a Super Saiyan, and for a split second, you kind of think to yourself, are they trying to say Goku is Jesus? That could be the case, but I don't think they're going to go that far.
To Mexicans, he is.
You know what? You're right. Mexicans view Goku as Jesus. I like it though. I I think those are the only movies I do genuinely like. Um, I do like superhero as well, but superhero.
I didn't.
I do like it mainly because it does give
It's just the Star Arc again.
Piccolo. But hey, listen, uh we got Piccolo and Gohan's time to shine for a brief moment, so I thought that was kind of yeah. So
Assholes, but yeah.
assholes beyond belief. Fan service at the max with those, but you know, it was cool. You know, even though Gohan's hair reminded me of that Kids Next Door episode where they were all telling stories about what happened to like this pizza that they were trying to get back to base. And number
Yeah.
4 story was with basically just Dragon Ball and his hair just kept getting bigger the more he powered up. That's what it reminded me of. Speaking of fan service, it's also a nice transition into games, huh?
Wow, Aaron, you did it.
I did it.
Yeah, you managed to forget, even though you were reminded twice before we started the recording.
All
Wait,
right,
what could you
Daima.
have possibly forgotten?
Daima. Okay. Daima. Before we get into Dragon Ball games, let's talk about Daima. I'm sorry we keep forgetting about it. I should specify again. I do genuinely like Daima. Okay, I genuinely like Daima, but it is kind of forgettable to a certain extent.
The main thing is like I really like the start of Daima,
Yeah,
which is ironic because like a lot of the super fans and the Dragon Ball fandom at the time they were like calling it boring and
yeah,
everything because it wasn't just the super style of Dragon Ball where it's just constant fights. It was actually trying to world build and storytelling, and back to it's basically just a callback to how Dragon Ball started. And I liked it, but
I did.
if I get on Super for rehashing, you have to get on Daima for doing the same thing because that is just GT 2.0.
It is. I do wholeheartedly agree. But I will say, I do think Daima does have higher highs than Super to a certain extent. Like, and I do think they also get Goku's character right in here. Like, he's not an
Yeah.
idiot. He's actually brilliant in terms of fighting, and even his naivety is at a low here. Like, he's still naive, but he's not like an idiot. I especially like the moment after an amazing choreographed fight between him and Tamagami 3, right? I think it's 3.
Is it the big one?
Yeah, the one with the hammer.
Yeah, that's 3.
Yeah, after that amazing fight, gorgeous looking fight, we then get Goku's like test of knowledge, where the Tamagami is like shuffling the 3 cups and it has the Dragon Ball in there. And Goku's actually smart enough and even fast enough to point out that at some point the Dragon Ball ended up on someone's head, and Goku just points to it like, It's right there. And he's just surprised, like, how did you know? It's like, because I saw you. While you were shuffling, you managed to actually throw the Dragon Ball on top of somebody's head. I thought that was a brilliant moment to show that Goku is, again, not an idiot. He is smart, but he's smart in his own way. And this is a perfect way to demonstrate that. And a funny way to demonstrate that Vegeta is smart, but also after his fight, showing off that he just gets irritated way too fast. It's like how many snakes does it take? Like I forgot what the question was, but he was like, how many snakes were left after eating like certain other things? I forgot the question, but you just saw Vegeta get pissed off just for how much of a riddle it was, and he turned Super Saiyan in the middle of it. So he got the question right, but he was also just like pissed off. So it's fitting for Vegeta. Um, but Isaiah is right where it is GT 2.0 because not only is it like a grand tour, we also get Super Saiyan 4 again with an added bonus of Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Oh, I'm sorry, Ultra Vegeta 1. Sorry, my bad.
Like how no games have acknowledged it as that. It's just they all call it Super Saiyan 3.
Because that's what it is. Vegeta's just pissed off at the fact that it is Super Saiyan 3, but he's like, no, it's my own thing. It's like, it's Super Saiyan 3, man. Vegeta, you gotta let it go. It's Super Saiyan 3. I know. Super Saiyan 4, I thought, had a great look in here. I did like the fact that it was a little bit more ape-like than in GT. Honestly, I kind of dug the fact that he had like bigger hands and was giving more into his like primal nature, especially like when you see like his fight with Goma and he was still in his like little kid form. He was like fighting against Goma and he was like climbing the rocks like a monkey. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Just to again show, back to his heritage. So I liked it. I do think that they were really trying to bait the nostalgia with that. But
yeah, I think Daima up until I forgot what episode it was, but it's around Super Saiyan 3.
Mm-hmm.
Was really good. I think the last 5 episodes, the pacing for Daima was just so bad towards the end because they were just trying to just shove so much in it.
Yeah.
But Goku's Super Saiyan or Goku's Kamehameha against Goma, best scenes in Dragon Ball. So
Chef's kiss. That was a beautiful shot. And
I will say I was very annoyed with the fusion bugs that they built up for the entire show and they did nothing with.
Oh yeah, this is the fusion bug. It has the ability to merge 2 people together to become a new warrior.
It was 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it was 3 people.
That never happens. Fucking assholes. It's even worse over the fact that you had again Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3 and even Piccolo. You could be like, hey, look, a Super Saiyan Namekian. Super Saiyan 7 Namekian, if you want to be specific. Nah, they don't take that route. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of relieved they didn't, because then there's like another fusion that they would have to make up on the fly. And they're not good at that. They're not good at doing that. But again,
but at the same time, why build it up at all?
Yeah.
Like I thought it was more so going to be something for the Majin characters to use. Like I thought it was Do and Ku, and they're going to fuse into Dooku.
Oh, Count Dooku from Star Wars Episode 2 and 3.
But it's just like to not use it at all. It's just like why build it up?
Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess in front of the Emperor now, do we? I get it. It's the build up itself was nice, but it did not need to be in there, considering they do nothing with it. But we do get one interesting fact: Vegeta loves Bass with Bulma.
Hey, the man loves his wife.
Hey, I no complaints there. All right, I get it. Yeah, who would have won a Bass with Bulma? You know. Although I
I
did.
for that Daima,
Yeah.
the whole of Daima just showcased how much Vegeta really does care about Bulma.
Yeah, because throughout the whole time he's like, "No, we're like, especially when it's like, "Hey, I forgot the character's name, but he's just like, "Hey, you want to like become my wife?" And Vegeta's like, "No, she's my wife."
The
And he's like, "I want you to become big again. All right, we're not. I'm not. You're not staying like that. All right. I don't feel like being married to a kid. Oh, so you do like big boobs, Hmm. Vegeta? You're getting red." Vegeta loves boobs. That makes sense. That checks out. I yeah.
I do always love it because it's like we do all that for superhero to finally age up Goten and Trunks, and then in the very next Dragon Ball project, they turn into
Kids. back, we're back to being
no,
small.
literal babies.
Yeah, right. They're babies again. Wow. That's embarrassing.
It took everything in their power to finally age them up, and then nope, we're gonna make them babies.
Dragon Ball Babies. A spin-off show that I don't think anyone's gonna watch.
Nah, you'll have some people that will watch it. I, however, would not be.
And then Dokkan will make content out of it.
Dokkan's gonna make content out of anything.
Yeah.
The game's never gonna die at this point.
uh, um,
I guess that's a good bridge into Dokkan.
yeah, good bridge into games in general. We should get it. We should actually get Dokkan Legends and any other stuff out of the way first. It's an addiction. Seek some help.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that's genuinely exactly what it is. It's gotcha games as a general are just addiction, and I have to. I'll start by saying that I got into Dokkan. I think I was first to get into Dokkan. Because I remember I texted you about it. I remember you didn't like it, and then down the road you finally started playing it. I think Vegito Blue came out.
Mm-hmm.
I think I started around Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks was my first banner, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but I remember I did start a little bit before you, and I really liked the game when it first came out. I liked it. I forgot what anniversary I really started souring on it, but Dokkan, like it's in terms of Dragon Ball, definitely a special part of Dragon Ball for me. No matter how much I dislike it these days, I will say it does. As much as it pains me to say, it does have a special place in my heart.
There was. Yeah, there was. I was about to say there is. No, not anymore. There was a certain charm.
Slap you in the face.
Oh, so we're doing Michael Jackson now, huh? Then won't you slap my face? No, there was a certain charm to it, but I would actually say by the time you left, which was, I think, the 7th anniversary, because I don't remember you being on there at all after. There was a certain charm to it where it's like, okay, this still feels fair and fine. You know, like yes, it can get hard, but it doesn't feel like fucking Elden Elden Ring's Souls-like hard, you know? And they just ramped up the difficulty from that point on, and it just got ridiculous. It is, oh god, man, it is. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth after a while.
Yeah. And it's like for me, I think what really turned me off of it was just the repeat characters. Like I get that Goku and Vegeta and your fusion, they're your selling your selling points.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that you're gonna need to put them in every anniversary, but that just got so tiring when it's like every year you knew what the end was gonna be. It's like at that point it stops feeling special, and when your anniversary special, I just feel like there's no reason to play the game at that.
Yeah, and it's literally they literally did Goku and Vegeta for the 6th anniversary. Then they did Goku and Vegeta, but then they fused into Gogeta for the 7th anniversary, just completely omitting Vegito after that. Then they have Goku and Vegeta, but now they're doing the Spirit Bomb for that. And then they actually did something unique for the 9th anniversary, which I was like, oh, finally, something new to a certain extent. Yes, Gogeta is in there, but you have Broly. Then the second part, you have Beast Gohan and the Gammas as selling units. And you could tell that was the moment where they kind of stopped making money a bit. Because then the 10th anniversary, they went right back to Gogeta and Vegeta. It was like, oh, shit. All right, here's your fusion characters. Don't bother us again.
And then I mean, obviously, like we talked about earlier, with it being an addiction. Do you want to tell the story of your cooler summons, Aaron?
Mm-mm.
Your lowest pointed Dokkan. I mean, we've all
Mm-mm.
had our low points in a game. I will say he's not the only one. So I'll start and say that I remember, and it's such a bad unit to do it with because he was so ass for so long. But honestly, I said earlier, I'm a big Vegeta fan. When Transforming Vegeta came out, I could not pull him to save my life.
The physical.
And I ended up spending, yeah, I ended up spending $200 fucking dollars
Mm.
when I was in college, struggling college student. And I spent $200 to try to get physical Vegeta, and he sucked. So needless to say, I called the bank and tried to get a refund, and I did get it, but it was not my proudest moment.
So anyway, Legends.
No. Because if you don't, you know I will.
So
It's a safe space area. You could let the people know about your story with
no,
Cooler.
I'm ashamed.
Cooler, one of your favorite villains, and he got a new car. What happened? What happened?
Okay, so this is around the time SDR Cooler came out, and he was a really good unit. Even with his EZA, he was like an extremely good unit. So I didn't pull him the first few times. And then I was also a college student whose only source of income in terms of money was through the college itself. So instead of being a smart boy and saving that money for something more meaningful, I instead wasted on Dokkan. And wasted it more, I did. And more, and more, and more. God damn! It's to the point where I was almost broke. And I had to call the bank and be like, so, hi, yes, hi, I would like to talk about purchases that I personally did not make. No, my my little cousin made these purchases? Your little cousin made purchases on Bandai? Yeah. Yeah, he made the purchases. I had no control over that. I tried to get him to stop, but he just didn't stop. Oh, unfortunately, sir, we can't get those back. Oh, I see. Sorry about that. No, no, it's fine. That's a prime example of not to spend your money on this game.
Yeah, there. I will say that I was there in person for this, and I, it's the closest to red I've ever seen a black person get, and I was dying over there laughing, and he was just going through it. But I remember the bank. They did. I'm pretty sure they gave a partial refund, didn't they? I remember you got some money back.
They did not give me any refund. And I
Where'd you
know
get the money from, though?
school.
Oh, because I remember you got some money because I remember we ended up going somewhere. So
Oh wait, no, I remember. This is in 2019, right?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think isn't
This
that
is,
when that's when Cooler came out?
yeah, this is actually a partial job I had when I was like drawing some pictures for this
Oh
book.
yeah, okay, yeah, it was that. Okay,
Yeah, and yeah,
oh
we
damn,
went.
so they really didn't give you a refund for that.
Nope, I did not get a refund.
That makes it infinitely worse than mine.
But hey, Isaiah, we got to go to King's Dominion after.
Yeah, let's not.
That'll be safe for a Let's Play story.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't worry, folks. You'll learn about that soon enough.
The King's Dominion arc.
See, folks, let me put it like this. That moment, that King's Dominion moment, you're not going to hear the full story, but I will say that was the moment me and Isaiah became brothers. Like, we were already best friends, but that was the moment where we were like, yeah, we have a shared trauma. Oh man! But getting back to Dokkan Battle, the way I think you got into it was through Rhyme Style, right?
It was through another YouTuber, Jadentastic, and then from him, he was friends with Style, and that's who I really like. Because the
Yeah,
first time I saw Dokkan was through him, and then the first time I like actually like, oh, this actually looks kind of fun was through Style. So
I I remember actually seeing it not through YouTuber, but from one of my classmates who was actually playing it on their phone, and they were actually trying to get LR Majin Vegeta right around the time where he came out, and I was like at that point just like interested to get him. Which, funny enough, this is also an embarrassing moment in Dokkan because I did not really know about it too tough around this time, but I actually managed to pull 5 copies of the physical Vegito Blue when he came out. And instead of rainbowing him like the smart guy, I poured all of the copies I got into a super attack.
yeah, I had no idea what that rainbow and all that other was. So I used to do that with. Luckily, I never did it with good units, but I definitely need to do that with a lot of my URs.
I could hear so many Dokkan players screaming at me like, "You fucking idiot!"
I mean, at that time, though, in the defense, at that time, the YouTube scene around Dokkan was not that big. So
No.
it's like a lot of us was game, and it's like we were learning on the fly. So that's just what we thought that we were supposed to do. And it was wrong.
We were so wrong. I remember watching Nano though do it. Pulling. I remember watching Nano a lot though, like Nanogenics, and I still watch him from time to time, but not as much as I did like back then.
Yeah, I remember that. It's just so crazy looking at his luck. Like I don't know what his luck looks like these days, but I remember when he was literally called Nano LR because he could just literally not pull the LR. And then it's like when I stopped around the time I stopped really watching Dokkan content, it was like he was pulling it on the first try. It's such a crazy thing. I mean, it's just that's just because of how many LRs are in the game these days. But
Yeah.
it's so crazy to look at stuff like that because that
Now
man could not pull an LR.
nowadays, he actually scaled back a lot. Like he'll only have like 1,000 stones, and that's it. Which,
Only 1,000.
well, yeah. To be honest, 1,000 nowadays is really not that much. You know, it's the equivalent of saying, "Oh yeah, I got $5,000 in my bank account." Only 5,000?
Shit, I'll take 5,000 right now.
You think so, but that's not enough to live on a
Hey, it ain't gonna live on. Definitely go take advantage of it. And if you don't want the 5,000, give it to me. Pass the controller, Aaron.
I'm just saying, like, it's not that much nowadays. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, especially when I look at, I know you don't have the best, so we're gonna skip over it. But when I look at someone like the Truth and I see his stones, 1,000 isn't that much. We'll skip it with this. Let's move past. Let's go into Legends.
10,000 stones for one banner. Sorry, sorry. So yeah, Dragon Ball Legends, I think, is fine. It's technically better than Dokkan? Question mark? Because you're not popping bubbles. You're actually fighting. It kind of is like Xenoverse or uh,
Hmm.
more of an arena fighter, but you're tapping the screen to fight, and
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Legends. Yeah, it's cool. I like the summon animations and all that, but
Hmm.
I think it's just the power creep in that game is really bad. I got like there was a time where I think they fixed it to where you can catch up a lot faster, but I remember they kept like raising the power level,
Hmm.
and it's like at a certain time, like if you game consistently, you just fell behind. I just I never got into the game after that. So
Yeah,
I think the last thing I ended up a Gogeta. I think it was the Broly movie.
yeah. Nowadays, you can like easily get back into it and not even
Yeah,
worry about missing anything. Um,
but at that point, I just didn't develop enough of attachment to the game to actually want to play it.
no, I do find myself going back to it from time to time, and I do have a decent library of characters that I have. Like I did get that new Legend Super Vegito. He's kind of cool. Um, I should at some point try to get the 8th anniversary units, but yeah, I don't feel like it right now. Um, but yeah, there's honestly not that much to say about Legends. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, if you couldn't tell, for me, Dokkan is the mobile game. Like Legends was cool; it was a good distraction, but I found myself going back to like I would say if I'm gonna pick up my phone and play a Dragon Ball game today, as much shit I just talked about Dokkan, definitely end up downloading Dokkan before I download Legends.
Dokkan, the money stealer.
Oh, I wouldn't get none of my money, but it would get my time.
You just wasted my time, your time, and you certainly wasted that guy's time over there. He's dead now because of you. Uh, let's go into actual Dragon Ball games, though. Let's move on from the mobile games to the console games.
I love that implication. Let's get to the actual games now.
Yeah, because truth be told, I this is gonna be a little bit of a hot take. I don't view mobile games as actual video games.
Yeah, that's not a hot take.
Well,
I think that's pretty common.
only reason I say that because there's some numbnuts out there who might complain about it, but
I
I
think the only one that ever said that and was serious was, and again, I know you don't like him, so past it. The only person I ever heard say it was the truth.
so much hatred. I will contain it though.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the games, I mean, it was said in part one, but that's, I mean, I know it's for me, and it's, I think Aaron said it, I think Hart said it. I think for a lot of Dragon Ball fans, the games are how we got into the series. So,
Yeah. Tenkaichi 3 is probably the best game you could play in order to get into the series, in my opinion. Like, there are probably better games, but Tenkaichi 3 is like a sandbox of like action figures you can just pick up and just start like pitting them against each other, you know? It's just that good to just pick your random character and then fight each other, you know? I have so many memories with Tenkaichi 3 and especially like with you and the blisters we've gotten through it. I love I love playing that game to the point where even I remember this one time I'm gonna I don't know if you remember it, but we like just got done playing some rounds in Tenkaichi 3 and I don't know why, but for some reason we just like showed up in front of our parents trying to do the fusion dance.
oh, yeah.
And we thought for a fact that would work. It did not, but hey,
We
the
practiced it all, and everyone, like, we thought for sure we were gonna fuse.
fuse it to one powerful black warrior, and instead we got nothing. We just looked like damn fools at the end of the day.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about.
Yeah. I, look, I honestly, you know, as a kid, you do it because you have such a wild imagination, and that's what I like.
Mhm.
You know, um, the games, you know, I not only Tenkaichi 3, but I also remember playing a lot of Burst Limit, which fantastic. I will honestly say, I just recently played it, which will probably be one of the footages you see in the background while we're talking about this. But Burst Limit's really fun to play. Like if you guys get a chance, you should play it. Although I will say, you're not gonna get any Boo Saga characters, unfortunately. And the only movie character you will get is oh shocker, Broly and Bardock. You'll get Bardock, but that's it. Bardock and Broly. What a pair, right? Um,
Yeah, can't have a Dragon Ball game without them.
no, you cannot. We're gonna jump all over the place with games, but Fighters is also an amazing game that I do recommend you guys play, mainly because it's just it's another fun game to pick up, but it's also more combat oriented, if that makes any sense. Like I know it's like it's Dragon Ball, it should be, but what I mean is like it feels like an actual fighting game compared to like Tenkaichi 3 or even like the Budokai games, where it's like your Marvel versus Capcoms, your Street Fighters, your Tekkens. It feels well, not Tekken, uh, something like Darkstalkers. it feels more akin to that than than previous Dragon Ball games, which is great. But it's just like you really want to see some good combos. Just it's not even you don't even have to go that far. Just look up Dragon Ball Fighters combos. You'll see a crap ton of hyper combos, combo videos there. Like they're done really well. I actually remember watching the reveal trailer and getting excited about it, but also I will admit I was a little disappointed because I thought we could transform mid battle as usual. But no, Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Ultra Instinct Goku, Base Goku, and even Super Saiyan 4 Goku are all separate characters.
I mean, GT Goku could transform, but it's only for certain moves, and he just goes right back to base. So,
Yep. That reminded me though of Final Bout though, with the amount of Gokus we got.
yeah.
Like we have Goku in his regular gi, Goku in his GT gi, Kid Goku in GT, Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Then we get Super Saiyan Goku in his base gi. Then we get Vegito, which is Goku. That's with Vegeta. There was too many. Fun fact, I never played that game, by the way. And I don't think I
What
ever.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I I think I played an emulated version of it, but that was just to see what it was all about. But I don't even remember anything about it.
Maybe at some point I'll play it, but yeah, it's not going to be now. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it for the channel.
You can do that. Yeah, have fun.
Oh no, as a versus mode.
Oh no, you can do it.
No,
Oh, you meant you and John. Yeah, I'm down with that.
no. You and me.
Huh?
You and me. Go for
Oh, would you look at the time? I think it's time to wrap this up. Let's
No. Get your ass back in here. Come on. Speaking of games that we're ashamed of, who likes fan service?
that is so broad. How many games we could be talking about?
Yeah, we could be talking about Dragon Ball
You have
Fusion.
any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah, we could be talking about Dragon Ball Fusions, Dragon Ball Heroes, Dragon Ball Triple X. I know what he said.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna question it, but now I've got to question it. What are you talking about?
Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Dragon Ball Triple X. Okay. I don't know what site you were on, but okay.
Don't look that up, children. You don't want to know.
But I see you're talking about Hero, and
Let's get this out of the way.
there's two beasts with Heroes for me.
Mm-hmm.
There's one, the anime.
Yeah.
I did not like the promotional anime. I know that it is the whole purpose of it is just to promote the game, and so it's not supposed to be taken super seriously. But it was such a bad watch. I genuinely did not enjoy it at all. The game, I actually kind of like the game. I mean, it is fan service there, but it's fun fan service. Like I actually, the game, I just did not like the anime.
Yeah. Super full power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Xeno Goku Vegito. Yes!
Oh gosh.
That sums up entirely of Dragon Ball Heroes. I will say right now though, I also like the game. I'm actually playing Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission, and it's fun. It really is. I really do wish that we did get the arcade here in America, but for what we got on the Nintendo Switch and uh I think it also came out on Steam as well. So what we got on the Nintendo Switch and Steam, actually I thought it was decent. I thought it was good, but it didn't make enough money for us to get more here, unfortunately. So yeah, yeah, that kind of blows. But hey, you can get it for a cheap price now on digital. There's that. But I do agree, the promotional anime also blows. Even though there are some moments where the animation is like really good, really, really good. But clearly they were just trying to be like, look, there's Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, there's Super Saiyan 4 Broly, there's Super Saiyan God Trunks, there's Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the thing that everybody wanted since Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's a thing. Remember? They've been eating member berries too much. Remember Super Saiyan 3 Broly? He was in Raging Blast 1 and 2, which I was actually introduced to the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Broly concept in Raging Blast, and it was cool to see, but Vegeta with that long ass hair looked weird compared to Daima Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3 look.
Yeah.
And like I said, the game itself is good, but at the end of the day, it is fan service, the characters, and some of it's cool. Others a little too wacky. Looking at you, Super Saiyan 3 Nappa. I don't have a full head of hair, so instead my beard grows. Which I guess makes sense.
I mean, it does because
So,
he's the only Saiyan with facial hair, so it's like we never really get the. I mean, where didn't Goku and Vegeta throw a beard in Super?
yes. Yes.
Uh,
That was the best part of Super was when they had beards.
so who knows? Maybe if they went Super Saiyan 3, their beards would grow.
Also, King Vegeta has a beard.
Oh yeah, I forget about him. He exists.
How could you forget about Vegeta's father?
Easily. I mean, unlike Goku's dad, he's not forced in every single piece of media, so it's very easy to forget about King Vegeta.
Hey, wait a minute. He was in. And then he was also in. But don't forget, he was in as well. We could also go into Xenoverse 2 because I feel like the two actually go hand in hand. You know, because we get so much elements borrowed from Heroes and even Dragon Ball Online that form into the story of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 and 2. And those games are also fan service, but I feel like it's done a little bit better. It's the
I think with Xenoverse, it's a lot more grounded fan service.
yeah.
So it's not like Super Saiyan 3 Nappa or Super Saiyan 4 Rose. It's like, what if your created character could do this thing, can do that thing, and there's time travel. Like, it's fan service, but not as egregious as Heroes can get.
Yeah. I mean, there are times where we do get like kind of crossover promotions with them. I
Yeah.
do say kind of, but um,
Yeah, I mean it's part of the same extended universe, like Toa and Demigra and all that all come from the same thing. So they do there's some overlap there for sure.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, as many problems as Xenoverse has, if you like Dragon Ball games, you can credit Xenoverse because if it wasn't for that game, nearly as many other games that we get, so they literally kept the lights on.
yeah. Because
Because
now,
Lord knows Breakers and all those other shitty games were definitely not
hey, hey, Breakers is a game.
doing. What about I don't even remember the name of that other game. Squad, whatever. Does anybody
Oh,
still play that?
Gekishin Squadra.
Yeah, I tried it once and then never played it again.
It's okay, and there are people who are still playing it, but I don't think as many people are. But again, that's just me. I don't know if it's true or not, but I do know not many people are really, you know, going back to it.
It was never. I mean, it's if you like a League of Legends style MOBA game and you're a Dragon Ball fan, then this is like the perfect game for you.
Well, their attention spans might be all over the place.
Yeah, but for me, it wasn't. I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into the Dead by Daylight esque Dragon Ball game as well. It's just
Yeah, Breakers was just. Like, I like when they do try creative things. It's just like sometimes we just gotta stick with what we can do. You know,
yeah, exactly.
it's like I don't know if anybody's gonna be playing a Dragon Ball kart racer, so don't go making one of those. You know. How about we wrap this up by top 5 games, and we can end it up there.
Yes. I would say Tenkaichi 3, Fighters. Oh wait, we also forgot to talk about Sparking Zero.
No, we didn't. Move on. No I'm kidding.
Move along.
Yeah, I mean, technically, we don't even have Sparky Zero yet. The game hasn't released, Aaron.
Oh, you're right. The game release is this summer. My bad.
But no, I mean, on a serious note, yeah, I mean, Sparky Zero is a fantastic game. It's just content wise,
There's
it
nothing
was
there.
so rushed that there's just too much missing. But like I said, they're obviously releasing the full game soon. We're finally getting out of the beta, so my opinion for Sparking Zero is going to change. But for right now, it's just very mediocre.
Boy, this is a long ass beta that I've ever seen.
What is it?
Yeah.
2 years or a
Yes.
year? How long has it been?
3 years actually.
God, it's been 3 already.
Yeah. Wait. Yes, because 2023 was revealed. Then 2024 is when it came out. I remember losing my mind when I saw that. I was like, Tenkaichi 4! Instead, they just called it Sparking Zero.
Yeah, I mean, the hype was there, and obviously, it's a good game. Like gameplay wise, it's just the decision to release it with Daima
Mm-hmm.
is what ended up killing it, in my opinion. Because it's like you clearly released an unfinished product, and it just drags it down for me.
Yeah.
Like I still think it's a great game, but it's just it's just not complete.
Gameplay wise, it's good. Content,
Mhm.
it's not.
Like it's so bad that when we play, I don't even pick stages. Like
No,
Me
I'm
and Aaron have a mini game about
I've
who can pick
delegated.
stages.
I've delegated a stage bitch after a while. Stages are not even that good. No, the stages are
That's a
fine, but there's just not that many.
yeah. That's a battle in and out of itself. But who's gonna we fight the who picks the stage? But you had what? Tenkaichi 3 fighters.
uh, mm, Tenkaichi 3 fighters. I want to put Burst Limit on there and Tenkaichi Tag Team. I'll even count.
I think that's what 4?
No, that was 5, right?
You said Tenkaichi, you said fighters, burst
Mm-hmm.
limit, and then tag team.
Oh, okay. I thought I put another game there. 5 is hard because
I think you were talking about Sparking Zero, but I don't know if you added that to your list.
nah, nah. Um, I think
While you think of yours, I'll give mine. Uh,
yeah.
I have Tenkaichi 3, no specific order, but I have Tenkaichi 3. I put Xenoverse 2 in there. I just have some fond memories with it. Fighters, Raging Blast, and it's either Burst Limit or Sparking Zero. Depending on how I feel, I might put Kakarot.
Yeah. I think I may actually put Raging Blast 2 as my fifth. I do like the fact that, you know, Raging Blast 2 is just a more upgraded version of Raging Blast 1. Like, Raging Blast 1 barely had any stuff in there, and Raging Blast 2 had a lot more. But, yeah. Um, I think the final thing is just the impact it had. And we already talked about it, but the impact Dragon Ball had is huge at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Like, fuck. We're even getting a remake and a continuation of the story, you know, from the manga as well, because the manga itself is what the story actually continued after the Tournament of Power and Broly. Dragon Ball Super Superhero actually takes place after the garlic. Okay. What's his name? Getting different
Garlic.
names. Yeah. I was about to say Garlic Jr. again, but no, Garlic Jr. is not in here. Uh
What
not
are we talking about?
the new character in the manga arc, where Black
Gran
Clover Granola.
Granola?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read the manga, so
I
I mean I've read it, but I didn't read it. I'm way into the anime. I'll be honest.
yeah, I didn't really read it either, but I mean it's fun to look at in what was it? Like in 2717, we have to fight the president because he has like 14 buildings. Alright. But yeah, Dragon Ball has just had a massive impact to the point where it's even in like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. And yeah, if you can't tell, it's big. Uh, let me put it to you like this: it's Dragon Ball. It's transcended past just anime. um, yeah, I also would like to say that for me personally, it impacted me in a positive way. Where that's how I met like friends. You know, I met people of like minds and trustworthy people in general, and
Mhm.
building a nice community within each other. And yeah, we talk about shit about Dragon Ball, but we also talk about how much we love it as well. You know, so at the end of the day, I'm really glad we got, Dragon Ball was introduced to me and Isaiah. That's also, I think that's also, no, we became friends too, ironically enough, Sonic. It's like, hey, you like Sonic the Hedgehog? Yeah, let's be friends. Making friends as kids is so simple.
I think it was Sonic, but it was also just video games in general.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was specifically, I know, obviously, your mom and my mom were friends before. Because, those two are going to make friends with just about anybody on this planet.
My mom made friends
uh,
in the bathroom. How?
but yeah, I think it was specifically what made us start talking to each other because I think you brought what was it called? Video Game Informer to
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, I had like the
And
video game.
that's really what kicked it off. And then Sonic and then Dragon Ball. And then
Yeah.
it just kept going.
And we were stuck with each other ever since.
Yeah.
See what I have to put up with. I mean, fuck, you listen to like four idiots ramble about Dragon Ball and what it means to us. Yeah.
Would have been a fifth if somebody participated, but
Hey, we're not gonna name names. John.
watch the
Oh.
movies, Jonathan.
Oh, wow, this is a bad sneeze. He even played the game on the channel. We're waiting for you, John.
When he's editing this part of the video, he's just gonna cut this out.
It's like, motherfuckers. I hate you. It's like, we hate you too. Yeah. What does Dragon Ball mean to you though, Isaiah? Before we close out.
I mean, yeah. If we could have I guess combined it's what 4 hour discussion at this point.
3 hours.
And yeah, and I feel like we could probably go more for being honest, but
Mm-hmm.
clearly you could tell that this obviously means a lot. So I think you've already covered pretty much everything. So I won't rehash it, but yeah, I mean it means a lot. As much as I think we could say like this because there was a lot coming out, but I think if you could have that much to say, it shows passion about it. You just want the best out of it. So I think you could clearly tell that I mean, probably a little bit too passionate for it, but
You heard us laugh, you heard us cry, you even heard us get angry at Dragon Ball. That was beautiful haiku, man. Yeah. Just wait until the Sonic discussion though.
oh boy,
We're
I'm
real
like 16 hours.
17 hours actually, a whole day of just saying of just us being like, gotta go fast. We're gonna have a lot to talk about for sure. And I will be honest, we will be doing a Sonic discussion because it's also his 35th anniversary. Sonic's 35. Fuck, I'm old. Yeah. Also, it makes sense because Dragon Ball and Sonic's actually inspired a little bit from Dragon Ball. Not the concept, but some aspects of it. Like Tails and Sonic's relationship is supposedly based off of Piccolo and Gohan's relationship, I think. That's what one of the creators said, if I'm not mistaken. And then Supersonic, well, come on. Do you really need a hint of what Supersonic is taken from? Trunks is Silver is basically Trunks, which I'm gonna assume that's why you also like Silver.
A part of it, but I just like his powers.
Yeah.
and his colors. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the discussion, and also, yeah. Um, but yeah, like I said, that'll be saved for the Sonic discussion, which should be soon actually, because I will say for a fact, um, that's going to be a real passionate, and Jonathan will be in that one because he's a massive Sonic fan. Unless if he wants to dip out and say "fuck you" to us, then it'll probably just be me and Isaiah again.
With the Harvey cameo, don't forget the Harvey
Yeah,
cameo.
yeah, Harvey will just jump in and be like, "Hey guys, what's up? I like Sonic the Hedgehog too. Okay, bye." But with that being said, folks, we appreciate you for listening to us rambling about why we love Dragon Ball. For oh, look at the time. It's 4 a.m. No, we really appreciate you though for listening to us, and we will do more Dragon Ball stuff on here at some point. Uh, which honestly, it will be me and Isaiah mostly. When we do Dragon Ball, it'll probably be me and him and Jonathan to a certain extent if we can get him. um, but for now, well, I'll say what I always do. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Aaron,
I'm Isaiah.
and we are the Three House Gamers. And with that being said, we'll see you guys for the next video. Until then, see you guys.